The legal argument, of course, is not enough to sway the courts. Harry's claim that he had been unfairly singled out and treated less favourably than others with similar risk profiles was rejected. The judgment was clear. His sense of injustice didn't translate into a legal entitlement. The court upheld the government's decision that protection would be granted only on a case-by-case basis. But in Harry's eyes, this was never simply a legal dispute. This was a moral one. The decision, he said, signalled to every government around the world not to protect us. To him, security is no longer just about safety. It's become a symbol of trust, of belonging, or the lack thereof. And what's more, this saga lays bare the sharp clash between monarchy as family and monarchy as institution. Where once the royal family could claim to be an unshakable unit, united in dignity if not affection, it now resembles an estranged assembly of litigants and press officers. Jenny Bond, the former BBC royal correspondent, noted that trust is.
Welcome to Celebrity Scoop, where we bring you the latest news from the world of glamour and royalty. Today we're unpacking a story that's captured headlines across the globe: Prince Harry's High Court battle over security provisions in the UK. This intriguing case involves the intersection of royal privilege, personal safety, and the law. So, sit back, relax, and let us guide you through the twists and turns of this royal dilemma. Stay tuned as we delve into the details of this intriguing case. In a significant turn of events, the High Court has made a decision regarding Prince Harry's security provisions. The court, after much deliberation, has upheld the British government's stance on denying Prince Harry automatic high-level police protection. This decision, while not surprising to some, has nevertheless been a talking point among royal watchers and the public alike. The court's decision is based on the principle that Prince Harry, having stepped back from his royal duties, does not automatically qualify for the same level of protection typically afforded to active members of the royal family. This stance by the British government and the subsequent validation by the High Court has been a contentious issue, stirring debates about the security and safety of Prince Harry and his family. The court, while upholding the government's decision, has acknowledged Prince Harry's concerns about his family's safety. It's not difficult to understand why. Despite his decision to step back from royal duties, Prince Harry remains a high-profile figure, and the risks associated with his status are undeniable. His concerns are valid, rooted in the reality of his unique position and the threats it attracts. The High Court, in its decision, found no legal error in the government's stance. It's important to note that the court's role was not to decide on the merits of the security provisions, but to ensure that the decision-making process was legally sound. And in this, the court found no fault. However, the decision has sparked conversations about the intersection of public duty and personal safety. Prince Harry's case underscores the need for a nuanced understanding of security provisions, especially for individuals in unique positions like his. It's a conversation that is likely to continue in the days and months to come. This decision has brought Prince Harry's unique position into sharp focus. As we move on to discuss the implications of this decision and the strain it has put on royal relationships, it's clear that this is a complex issue with no easy answers. The High Court's decision on Prince Harry's security provisions is not the end of the story, but rather, it's just another chapter in an ongoing saga. Despite stepping back from royal responsibilities, Prince Harry remains a high-profile figure. This statement underscores the crux of the unique position that Prince Harry finds himself in. His decision to relinquish royal duties has by no means diminished his public stature. In fact, his high-profile status, coupled with his outspokenness on various issues, has led to an increased security risk. It's a situation that's hard to compare with any other, and it's one that necessitates a high level of protection. We're not talking about the type of protection that a movie star might need from overly enthusiastic fans. No, we're talking about a level of security that's typically reserved for heads of state and other such dignitaries. Now, it's important to note that these aren't just hypothetical risks we're discussing here. There have been actual threats directed at Prince Harry. Extremist groups in particular have targeted him. These threats underscore the very real need for adequate protection. The predicament is further complicated by the fact that Prince Harry is no longer an active member of the royal family. This means that he doesn't automatically qualify for the high-level police protection typically provided to active royals. It's a grey area that's created a unique and precarious situation for the prince. So what we have here is a prince without a kingdom, so to speak, but but with all the security risks that come with being royal. This isn't a position that anyone would envy. It's a position that calls for a comprehensive and well-thought-out security strategy. It's a position that demands understanding, compassion, and above all, action. In essence, Prince Harry's unique position is one that's fraught with risks and challenges. It's a position that's unlike any other, and it's a position that requires a level of protection that goes beyond the norm. It's clear that Prince Harry's position is far from ordinary. It's a position that calls for extraordinary measures, and one can only hope that those measures are put in place sooner rather than later. Adding to the complexity of the situation is the strained relationship between Prince Harry and the royal family. As we delve deeper into this matter, it becomes apparent that the lack of support from the royal household in securing protection for Harry and his family has been a major cause of contention. From the outside looking in, it's easy to see the royal family as a united front, standing together in the face of adversity. However, the reality is often far more nuanced. The royal household, like any other, is composed of individuals with their own perspectives and priorities, and in this case it seems that these individual stances have led to a divergence in the path that Prince Harry has chosen to take. Now, it's important to remember that the royal family isn't a singular entity, but a collective of individuals. Each member has their own roles, responsibilities, and indeed, their own viewpoint. This is a point that's often overlooked in the public discourse that surrounds the royal family. This lack of support from the royal household isn't just a minor disagreement. It's a fundamental divergence in how safety and security should be approached. It's a matter of prioritizing the well-being of family members who, despite stepping back from official duties, still bear the weight of their royal status and the risks that come with it. Prince Harry's decision to step back from royal duties doesn't negate his need for protection, a fact that seems to have been overlooked by the royal household. This oversight has not only strained relationships, but also highlighted the need for a more nuanced understanding of what it means to be a member of the royal family in the 21st century. This lack of support, this divergence in priorities, has undoubtedly contributed to the estrangement between Prince Harry and the royal household. It's a rift that's been made all the more apparent by this recent legal battle over security provisions. The royal family's stance has certainly added another layer to this already complex issue. In light of these developments, some are advocating for a more compassionate and individualized approach to security decisions. One such voice is Professor Tim Wilson, who has been delving into this complex issue with a keen eye for detail and an empathetic understanding of the unique position individuals like Prince Harry find themselves in. Wilson argues that the standard protocols may not always suffice, especially when it comes to high-profile figures who have stepped away from their traditional roles, yet remain under the public eye and are susceptible to unique threats. He underscores the need to view security not as a one-size-fits-all solution, but as a customized shield that caters to the specific needs of the individual. In the case of Prince Harry, he is not just another celebrity, nor is he any longer a full-fledged royal. He exists in a liminal space, making his situation all the more challenging. Threats from extremist groups, coupled with his high public visibility, create a security conundrum that requires a more nuanced approach. Professor Wilson believes that it is this nuance that the current system lacks. It is crucial, he says, to consider the specific threats faced by individuals like Prince Harry when making security decisions. He appeals for a more compassionate approach that takes into account these unique circumstances, an approach that prioritizes human safety over protocol and tradition. In essence, Wilson's call for compassion is a call for change. It's a call for a system that adapts and evolves, that recognizes each individual's unique needs and responds accordingly. It's a call that challenges the status quo, pushing for a security system that is as dynamic and flexible as the world it operates in. It remains to be seen whether this call for compassion will be heeded. But one thing is clear: the conversation has begun, and it is one that could shape the future of security provisions for high-profile individuals in the years to come. As we continue to follow this story, one thing is clear: the debate around Prince Harry's security is far from over. We've delved into the complexities of his High Court case, where the British government's stance on security provisions was upheld. Despite the court acknowledging Harry's concerns, it found no legal error in the decision, leaving Harry and his family in a precarious position. We've also considered the unique position Prince Harry holds. Even though he has stepped back from royal duties, he remains a high-profile figure with significant security risks. Threats, even those from extremist groups, have been directed at Harry, emphasizing the need for adequate protection. We've touched upon the strained relationship between Prince Harry and the royal family, particularly with King Charles III. The lack of support from the royal household in securing protection for Harry and his family has undoubtedly contributed to their estrangement. Finally, we've discussed the need for a more compassionate and individualized approach to security decisions. An approach that takes into account the specific threats faced by individuals like Prince Harry rather than a blanket policy. This is an ongoing story and one that brings to light the complexities of fame, security, and the unique challenges faced by those who step back from roles of public prominence. For more updates on this and other celebrity news, don't forget to subscribe to Celebrity Scoop. Until next time, stay informed and stay safe.